Hey, what's up, everybody? It's time to talk about the best growth stocks for November 2021. And guys, oh my goodness, the markets are just cranking. We're basically back at all-time highs. Where did all the bears go? Leave me a comment. Let me know, because I want to know. Sentiment changes on a dime. And I remember last month, I was telling you guys, September tends to be a nasty month for stocks. And it was. It was no fun. But October tends to bring a lot of juice. And that's what we're seeing right now. Major indexes, they're all up about like 4% month to date. Cha-ching, cha-ching. That means a lot of growth stocks are doing really well. And we've got 5 that we're going to be covering today. So get your coffee out, beer, whatever it is. Let's have some fun. Hey, I'm Luke Downey. I'm co-founder of mapsignals.com. We don't follow the news. We follow the big money. So look, if you like this content, you like these videos, we're trying to make them as best we can. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Show us some love. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. So look, we're the big money guys. I think before you get in there looking for stocks, it's always a good idea to just take the temperature of the market. So that's what we're going to do really quick. And to do that, we're going to be heading over to our website and looking at the big money index. Big money index is super easy to understand. If big money's going into stocks, the index is going up. So earlier this year, everybody was buying stocks. Everybody was bullish. We got overbought. And then since about February, the big money index has kind of been, range bound, similar to the Russell 2000. You can see it's been chop city. But why I'm really excited right now is because the big money index is starting to bounce. And I'll show you exactly why that is. So here we're just going to look at the stocks that determine the BMI. So these big blue bars, that's the number of stocks that are getting bought on a daily basis. Same thing for the red. And what's really interesting, why is the BMI ramping? It's because you can see these big blue sticks, they're still big. And then you can see these red sticks are getting really small. So when sellers evaporate, you start to see the big money index start to lift. And look, and some of those blue bars, those are some of the stocks we're going to be covering today. So look, stuff is bullish. Don't be getting all bearish out there. Nobody wants to do that. You just got to hang in there. That's why we're going to be talking about our first stock. So the number 1 stock is none other than, this is such a great stock, Facebook, guys. Facebook is an outlier. You guys know it, big social media giant. They just crank year after year, but recently they've come under some pressure. And so what this chart is, a 1-year chart of the big money coming in and out of Facebook. So earlier this year, people were selling it. Then they started buying it. You started to see this thing go to all-time highs, but recently they're back in the headlines. There's some negative news. Stocks getting sold. I think this is a great opportunity. And why do I think that's a great opportunity? Because if you look historically, I like to go back to 2015. That's a good 6-year period. You can see that this stock has gotten a ton of big money. And the difference between those other signals and these blue signals, that's the time that Facebook was on our top 20 report. And the top 20 report just means this stock's got a lot of big money juice, but it also has amazing fundamentals. And when you see a lot of these blue signals, holy moly, that's a stairway to heaven. Don't fight that trend. And we can come under here and we can look. The fundamental score for Facebook is 83.4%. That is insane. Okay. Anytime a company of this size has that quality of fundamentals, it just goes to show you it's not a stock you want to fight the trend on. So let's go ahead, look under the hood. Don't take my word for it. Let's go ahead and see if it is a good stock or not. Well, we know it's a technology stock. And as a reminder, these are just the explicit, selling and buying in the stock. These are those top 20 signals, right? The share price is about $340. So it just now started to bounce off of the lows that were right around 325. The market cap, just under $1 trillion. For 1 month, the stock is down 5%. But look at the big money year to date. You had 13 big money buy signals, and then you've had 5 sell signals. So 2 of which were recent. But here's what makes this stock so awesome. Historically, 80 times the stock was on our top 20 report. That just goes to tell you this is high quality. That is how you find an outlier stock. And why is it high quality? Well, you can see their 3-year earnings growth rate is 27%. Their 3-year revenue growth rate is 28.5%. Guys and girls, that is just taking names. That is just a lot of love. Don't fight a trend like that. Speaking of trends, let's go ahead and get into our number 2 stock. It is none other than Skyworks Solutions. So this is just one of those great semiconductor stocks. And if you guys remember back 2012, 2013, that's when I bought it. I still hold it. This company was just guiding and just upsized guidance. The Wall Street was way behind the ball on this thing. And it has just been a great name. But what we can see and why I think it's important to highlight this month is look how many sell signals are coming into this stock, right? People are worried about the semiconductor shortage, all these things to worry about. Why am I not worried? Because we got to look historically. Is this a great stock or not, right? Now, I own this in personal managed accounts. So obviously I like the company. But why do I like this company? Well, we can see a lot of those blue signals, a lot of those top 20 reports. Skyworks was on there. I think this thing is going to continue to be on those reports in the years to come. And that's why I think this pullback is an opportunity. And we can see the fundamental score. It's not up to par with Facebook, but it's still 67%. That's not bad. But let's go ahead and do what we always do. Got to look under the hood. Don't take my word for it. Look under the hood. So what do we see here? Okay, so clearly it's a tech stock, right? Semiconductor. Share price is right around 165 bucks. So it's just now started to bounce off of these red signals. Market cap's 27 billion. For 1 month, the stock is down 3%. And it's kind of been evenly split. 8 big money buy signals year to date, 8 big money sells. What's most important is what's going on now, and that's the selling. Then you can see on the top 20 report, 54 of those historically. That is beautiful. Now, we got to ding it a little bit. The 3-year earnings growth and 3-year revenue growth are slightly negative. That is a knock on the stock. I do think that that is going to change in the years to come. In fact, if you look at their last earnings report, it was lights out. So I think a lot of negativity is priced into this stock. And when that happens, if anything positive comes down the pipe, this thing could re-rate higher. So let's get to number 3. Number 3 is also a name that I own in managed accounts, and that's Logitech. What do? They make cameras. I'm using one right now. Hopefully I look good. But you know what? A lot of people were using Logitech whenever they were staying at home. And that's what you can see earlier this year. A lot of big money juice was going into Logitech. But what's happened now? People are selling it for some reason. You know, maybe they think, oh, this is not a reopened stock, so let's go ahead and sell this stock. But why do I think it's an opportunity? Well, we can look at our data and see the stairway to heaven. This thing has been on our top 20 list a number of times, and that is what I want to see. And why is that? Oh, fundamental score 83%, but look at the technical score 29%. So we're potentially looking at just a technical weak stock, great fundamentals. You know, I think this thing bounces here. So again, don't take my word for it. We got to look under the hood. So that's what we're doing now. It's a tech stock. It's about 90 bucks. It's a $15 billion market cap. It's not a huge company. For 1 month, again, we're showing a bunch of red stocks is down about 5%. But look at the big money. You know, year to date, all that juice went into the stock. 14 buy signals, and then recently 9 sell signals. But then, you know, if you look historically, 17 top 20s. All right. It's not an outlier yet. You got to have 20 of those. 17 is not bad, but look at the 3-year earnings growth rate, 68%. 3-year revenue growth rate is 30%. So is that a company you want to bet against? I don't think so. That's why I like Logitech. But we got to keep going. Number 4. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Oh man, this is such a great company. This is Lululemon. Full disclosure, I own this one as well in personal managed accounts, but this has been just one of those great companies. I mean, they've got the athletic wear. You see a lot of girls wearing it. I'm wearing their pants. You know, they've got great stuff for guys too. I think that is really going to be the push for them in the years to come. But more importantly, what's the big money picture for Lulu? Well, late last year, you saw stock gapped up, a lot of big money. Then remember, whenever growth got sold, everyone was scared of growth. They sold Lulu for whatever reason. Then now you're starting to see that big money coming back into it. Stock just had great earnings. But again, historically, is this a great company or not? Look at all those blue signals. That is a lot. Don't fight that trend. We look under the hood, fundamentals, 79%. Oh my gosh. Technicals, 62%. And 79%, like, you know, when Dave Portnoy, when he goes over there and he like, you know, gives a grade on a pizza, if you get like a 7.9, that's like outstanding. It's the same thing with our fundamental scores. These are just huge monster scores. Huge, huge. Look under the hood though. Bada bing, bada boom. So obviously it's a discretionary name. Share price, 416 bucks. It's a $56 billion market cap. So this is a pretty decent sized company. It's almost flat over a 1 month basis. Big money year to date, 12 buy signals, 3 earlier in the year. Like, who sold that during the growth scare? You remember that? Oh, but here's the real story. Historical top 20 appearances, 92. Why is it always showing up? Well, look at the 3-year earnings growth rate, almost 40%, 3-year revenue growth rate, 18%. Okay, stock's got somewhere to be, and that's up. So look, great companies continue to get a lot of big money. That's what they do. Let's go ahead and get into number 5, and that is none other than Marvell Technology Group. This is another semiconductor that is getting the juice now. So remember when we were talking about those big blue signals, you know, that were going into the big money, you know, making the big money index go up? Marvell's one of those buy signals. You can see, look at this 1-year chart, a lot of green. But if we go back years, you start to see it's got a few of these, you know, top 20 performances, not a ton, but it's enough to say that this is a great company. Then if we look under the hood, what do we see? Fundamental score is lacking. Technical score is actually really strong. I think the fundamentals are going to be getting better for Marvell. I really do. The whole 5G thing. But look, let's go ahead and look under the hood anyway. So it's a tech stock, semiconductor. It's about a $68 stock share price, $55 billion market cap. 1 month, it's up 12%. But look at the big money. Good Lord. 20 buy signals year to date. Who sold this, man? Who sells these things? Anyway, that's why sometimes sell signals are actually buy signals, right? On great stocks, 2 sell signals. How many times was it a top 20 stock historically? So that if we go way back, 44 times, that means it's a high quality stock. But if we have to ding it for something, 3-year earnings growth rate has been very negative, but their 3-year revenue growth rate is actually positive. So it's almost 8%. So look, can't win them all. I still think it's a great company. So look, guys, girls, these are your best growth stocks. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment. And remember, the process is more important than the stocks. Remember, don't fight the big money. And we'll see you guys next time.